Welcome back to Carlastrology. So you're getting my hands today. um, and I'm showing you the tree that was damaged in the storm that we had last week. So that's the school bus going by. Yeah, school's out, but you know, all that extra curricular stuff going on through the summer. So that tree, unfortunately, that's a tree that I used to hug and loved it very much. And it really wasn't that old, a box elder tree, but it was just weak. They're soft wood, unfortunately. It couldn't take the storm, and she fell and hit this other tree, and part of that tree, some of the limbs were busted off and fell close to my car, but missed her, thank goodness, and just barely missed the house. So anyway, we lost our internet for a few days. Obviously we lost power for a week, and then we didn't have internet. So we got back to Little House on the Prairie days for a while there. So I'm outside with the babies right now. I thought I would get back to palmistry. And on that note, we left off after the Mount of Saturn, which is not really a mount, can be a mount, but more like almost like a valley. So, and then now we're on to Jupiter. And Jupiter is all about our ambitions, you know, our career, our another one that has to do with success. So a well-developed Jupiterian is going to, those are your leaders in society. Now, this is my left hand. So again, this is the potential I was born with. And my right hand is what I've done with that potential. Now, also I want you to take a look at your mount and look where the peak is. You know, like it's a mountain, look where the peak is. So mine is different from hand to hand. Now, the size of my Jupiter mount is well developed on my left hand, and the center or the peak is pretty much centered on that mount, even though that mount is crowding my Saturn. All right, you guys be nice to each other. Be nice. She can run. She can run. She just wants you to follow her. Yeah, grandbabies. So you're going to have some background noise, but I figure this is the best time to get her done. Okay, so anyway, so that is important where that peak is. Now, it's almost centered on this hand. Maybe it is kind of leaning towards my Saturn. So on this hand, it is definitely leaning towards my Saturn. And that is important to know where that peak is leaning, because it kind of defines how strong those Jupiter abilities are. So, like I said, well-developed are your leaders. So if it's underdeveloped, those are the people that really aren't sure of their decision-making skills. So they tend to not, they won't speak up. Those are your people that are more of your followers. And success probably is going to come to them via other people that they are connected to. And if it's overdeveloped, those are your people that are, you know, the people that maybe their intentions are not so good, so they might cheat at getting ahead, or they might be envious of your success, or they are, yeah, I call them backbiters. You know, the ones that, like I said, their intentions are lesser than the good leaders. And another thing about the Jupiter is Jupiter has a very strong sense of religion. And it doesn't just mean Christianity. It could be any religion. You are very religious about your what you do. And that's so a lot of times you'll find a strong Jupiterian in the church. He could be, you know, I bet the Pope has a nice big old Jupiter mount. So, okay, so now moving on to like marks. Now, I will tell you that on the mount of Jupiter, we have oh my goodness, that line, I don't know if you can see it on mine. It's called the sympathy line. And again, it's exactly like it says. It's a sympathy line, or sympathy obviously means a sympathetic person. So they are the caring people, in the caring leaders, you know. I actually have two, and it could be mistaken for the oh goodness, I can't even think. It's the ring of Jupiter. Oh, that's what I know, what I was trying to think of. The ring of Solomon. So when we think of Solomon, we think of wisdom. So mine is kind of broken, so it's not a true ring of Solomon, but that is, that is kind of what it would look like, except for mine are sympathy lines, because it's not a complete line that goes underneath the index finger. So like a ring. So a true ring of Solomon is not broken, and it looks like a ring underneath your index finger. So, and again, those that do have that ring of Solomon, again, you think of wisdom, and that's kind of what it means. Those are the people that make all the right decisions when it comes to their career, business in general. It could be that religious leader. It's the leader in your family. And then the sympathy lines, those are the people that they have more, their decisions are based upon that. Okay, so moving on, we have, let's talk about the squares. Okay, so I have a lot of squares on this mount of Jupiter, which is on my right hand. Again, this is the potential that I have used. This is the result of it. So I have about 3 of them. Hey, Lola, you'll have to excuse me one second. Lola, don't be throwing stuff in the pool, honey. Okay? Thank you. So squares are protection. And oh my gosh, I am so thankful that I have these. So the squares are protection. They save you from all sorts of bad things. And it saved me, obviously. I am so thankful. So that is a wonderful thing if you have squares, because that just means you are protected. You're protected in business. You're protected in your family. It's good to have them everywhere.